The rage mode in God of War is great since you do a ton of damage, interrupt enemies, get health back and also don't take any damage during this time. So I thought, wouldn't it be nice to have an armor set dedicated to getting rage as fast as possible, to get in that rage mode as much as possible. So I want to show you this awesome custom armor set in this video. Of course, spoilers for the end game of God of War. You're still here? Okay then, if you enjoyed that, then a like would be super appreciated, and let's go! Of course, I'm totally open to suggestions as well, and I also want these kinds of videos to be about figuring out what the best set is together. But this is what I got, and of course it's nice to get all the Nornir chests to get the highest rage bar, but that is pretty obvious. Let's go on to the build. I want to start with the armor I use. It's from Brok because you get the increased rate at which you gain rage by 10%, and that stacks up to 30% max, but instead of wearing 3 parts of this set, I choose to go with the waist guard of the Valkyrie instead. And that is for 2 reasons. One, because I got the Perfect Eye of the Realm enchantment that has the Raging Fury effect, meaning that I can use that and still have the 30% increased rage gained. And 2, because the waist guard of the Valkyrie is just incredible and it will work really well together with the tactic that is required to deal a ton of damage and also get that rage back up fast. So you can craft the Brok armor after you complete all the side missions for the dwarves, and you can only craft it at the shop where they are together. So of course near the room where you can travel to another realm, and you get the waist of the Valkyrie in Helheim. I made a full video on the Valkyrie set, so totally check it out if you want more details. Back to this rage set for now though. Because we got the 30% increased rage with the chest, the gauntlets and the Perfect Eye of the Realm enchantment. And by the way, that enchantment is a drop, I think, in the Mist realm, but there are multiple versions of it. So sadly you need to get lucky in order to get the rage effect on this enchantment. So what my tactic is, if I have 0 rage, is go in, I do my Runic Attacks that give a lot of rage. I use Njord's Tempest as a light axe attack and the Mist of Helheim as a heavy axe runic attack. Of course, all fully upgraded. And I was surprised by how well the Mist of Helheim worked. So you get rage from this runic attack whenever enemies are standing in this small hazard. So do this runic attack around a group of enemies and lure new ones in so you see your rage bar fill. The best source for rage though is the Rampage of the Furies runic attack. And this is where the waist guard of the Valkyrie also plays a huge part. Since thanks to a high chance of getting the Blessing of Runic, you'll deal a ton of damage with this attack and get rage back in return. Not sure if the increase in damage matters for the amount of rage you get, but again, since you will be doing a ton of runic attacks, having the increased runic power that happens often is really great. For a heavy runic attack, for the blades, I don't really see an obvious pick, so I kind of lean towards the Gift of Apollo. So yes, the runic attacks from the blades do not really build up rage, but this is mostly as a last resort if you are in need of some health. And of course it's a great combination with the Rampage of Furies, since you will be doing that anyways. It is possible that after doing these runic attacks you will not have enough rage yet, and that's why I recommend the Talisman of the Unbound potential I made a video on recently. So you can buy this one in the shop and it resets all your runic cooldowns, so then you can do all your attacks again to get into the rage mode really fast. And it's nice to do this before you go into the rage mode as well, because during the rage mode all your cooldowns will keep going. So that means that your runic attacks will be close to up by the time you leave the rage mode again. And I say close to up because it's likely that not all the runic attacks will be back. But that's why we use the bitter Squirrel runic summon from Boy. This will namely give you 3 rage orbs if you have the shock arrow selected, and using all 3 immediately will be enough to get back into the rage mode and start smashing again. And then when you get out of that second rage mode, all your runic cooldowns should be back up and the talisman should be there as well, so then you can do this tactic again and just repeat that. Of course, I think it's smart to not only focus on getting into the rage mode, also use the Gift of Apollo when necessary and dodge incoming attacks. It is fun though to play around this god mode. Using it to your advantage can really help during the trials or in the mist, for example. And also nice in the Niflheim realm is that you don't take damage from the mist in the rage mode when the bar might be empty. What I also found out is that the Grinding Storm skill you get really early on will give you a ton of rage as well, so just use that when there's one enemy left or you are out of Runic Attacks. So you can then see the rage come in pretty fast. For the Pommel, I use the Wing of the Fallen from the Valkyries, so just some nice chance to get extra runic and strength after a kill, and just to have some strength and cooldown in general. I use the Grip of the Valkyrie for the blades, again with all the 3 stats that you really want, because I think strength is great for in the rage mode as well. And of course, cooldown helps to get your runic attacks back. So I think focusing on that is recommended, and some runic can be nice as well, so you do some extra damage. I thought it was nice to get the barehanded damage increased as well, where you can. Some enchantments got it, because I also think that applies to the rage mode, right? I also have this enchantment that gives you a very low perk activation chance to grant a rage burst when damage is taken. Very low is not really nice, but you will take damage pretty often in this aggressive build, so I thought it was worth it. But again, I'm open to your suggestions as well. You should be able to get this build to level 8, but you'll need a lot of hex silver to get the Brok set to the max level, so a lot of mist runs are totally required. I know I mentioned a ton of things in this video, but I will have a full rundown in the description down below, so you can look all the things that are in this set up for yourself as well. And also links to videos with all the chests for all the runic attacks, for example, so if you don't have them yet, you can then track them down. But of course, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below as well. Again, all the input is appreciated. And what do you think of this set? I'm curious. I want to do more of these custom builds in God of War, so totally subscribe for everything God of War. When we know more about a potential New Game Plus mode, I will let you know here on the channel as well, so you don't have to miss anything regarding the game. Drop a like to support the channel, check out my video on some awesome enchantments that enhance your runic attacks, and I will speak to you next time. Goodbye.